Happening now, meth discovered on 2nd Street. We have the latest. A Maryland businessman excited for the future of downtown Jamestown. He held a grand opening on Tuesday.
I'm Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter in the First Defense Weather Center. Well, if you wanted a white Christmas, things are kind of looking up. 60 to 70% chance of a white Christmas and possible snow for Christmas Day. We'll break it down next. The Buffalo Bills fight for their playoff lives on Sunday, and Team USA is in Jamestown tonight at Northwest Arena. All that and more in sports next.
That's News Now for December 20th, 2006.
Live and on demand from the Chautauqua Audio Works Studios in downtown Jamestown. This is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
And a very happy hump day, Jamestown, as many of you were asking this morning about activity near 517 East 2nd Street. Jamestown Police Chief Harry Snelling's indeed confirming that authorities have discovered meth in a bottle. Now, this is not classified as a working one-pot method that we've been used to reporting on in the past, but they did discover methamphetamine in a bottle. They had to seal off the area for precautionary and safety reasons. We're expecting a press release later in the day, and naturally, when we learn more, you will learn more. A developer from Potomac, Maryland is making an investment in downtown Jamestown that he hopes will pay big dividends. International Gem and Jewelry President Arnold Duke says he's ecstatic to invest in our community, and he's ecstatic to invest for years to come. We had this report from last night on WNYNewsNow.com. A renaissance is going on in downtown Jamestown. If you don't believe me, ask Arnold Duke. He's a developer from Potomac, Maryland, one of the richest counties in the world. He was in Jamestown on Tuesday night celebrating what will be a major project in this building right here that was erected in 1924. Now, we had the pleasure of speaking with Arnold Duke tonight. He says he's putting his money where his mouth is.
I travel all over the United States for my job. I own a company called the International Gem and Jewelry Show and travel all throughout the United States. This is a gem treasure of a place. I've never met a community that has so many sincere, real, genuine people. I love the people here, I love the community here, and I plan on making my future here.
Now, Arnold says this project will feature a restaurant, a bar, apartments, and something called an escape room. He wants others to see what he sees for the future of Jamestown.
All of the city council, the people here strongly have the vision. They just need a little bit of outside help and outside people to come in and try to generalize what's going on in downtown Jamestown. There's so much excitement here. There's so much opportunity here. And I really believe that in the next few years, you're going to see Jamestown, New York, make it on the map in a very big way.
Michelle Turner is the Marketing and Communications Director for the Chautauqua Industrial Development Agency. She says Duke is a savior for what's going on here in Jamestown.
He's a very historical person. He really appreciates history in Jamestown, New York, and especially downtown Jamestown. So quite honestly, we are so fortunate to have somebody of his stature that really believes in downtown Jamestown and really wants to keep it going and make it better.
So what's next for this project? Well, Duke says in May construction will begin. It's going to be a massive project. It'll take some time, but it will erase the stigma, he says, of people saying there's nothing to do after 9 p.m. in downtown Jamestown. Reporting from the Key Bank building in Jamestown, I'm Ryan Hedrick, WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. Now, Duke told WNY News Now that city director of development, Vince DeJoy, was critical in the acquisition of the Key Bank building. They did get a $500,000 grant to secure that building. Construction starts in May. Well, potential challengers to Congressman Tom Reed are attacking his support of the Republican tax bill. Democrat Eddie Sundquist called it a, quote, early Christmas present to Reed that he gave himself, while Democrat Max Delapia called the passage of the bill a breakdown of the legislative process. Now, Tom Reed is reacting on a conference call earlier with reporters. He responded to his critics this morning. A conference call with regional media. Here it is.
And that is tax policy, spending policy out of our state capitals that has to be addressed. And by protecting, 99.7% of the people with that $10,000 deduction that we were able to compromise and put into the law, we now have an opportunity. I understand that there are going to be millionaires and folks that towards the New York City area that are going to be adversely impacted by this limitation or compromise, if you would. But for our folks, it's time that we work together at the federal and state level to alleviate this tax burden on people, and that we work together to grow the economy in New York State and have people coming to New York, as opposed to what we've seen for decades out of these policies from Albany that are driving people from the state, and we're losing population.
Now, Sundquist charged that Reed, who owns companies, will be a direct beneficiary of corporate tax breaks. Della Pia charged that Reed played on the hopes of poor Americans to throw them off the trail. The bill's realities. He went on to call Reed a vote immoral and cruel. Reed responded in a conference call. We'll have the report after a first look at weather. Actually, we have the report now on WNYNewsNow.com. The aforementioned weather forecast. We check in with Chief Forecaster and my favorite guy in Jamestown, Dakota Hunter, in the First Defense Weather Center. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, good Wednesday, everybody. It's Hump Day. Ryan calling me his favorite person. He sounds just like Justin. Justin often calls me his favorite weatherman.
There must be something to that, Dakota.
Yes, I don't know why. I think Storm is going in my ear. Anyway, let's take a look at the forecast first, and that way you can take a look at the next 3 days. Pretty much no showers for today. Let's break down today's forecast, and that way you can get an idea exactly of what we're looking at. So 32 degrees, freezing. That's an average high. So again, some spots a little warmer, some spots a little cooler. A few showers, a few snow showers with a northwest wind 8 to 12. And again, we want to stress this really won't have a chance to accumulate too much. And of course, we've had melting of the snowpack already because of the warmer temperatures. Mostly cloudy skies for tomorrow. We still stuck in the 30s, but take a look at Friday. We warm back up into the 40s with a few rain showers. The icon actually is freezing rain, so maybe some freezing rain in the morning hours. We'll break down all of this along with the extended forecast by Quick Solutions and white Christmas probabilities. We'll break it down in a few minutes next. Back to you, Ryan.
That's why you're my favorite guy. Jamestown Police Chief Harry Snellings is asking for the community support. In fact, he's congratulating the community on something. We'll talk about that on the other side as News Now continues.
WNY News Now is sponsored by Chautauqua Audio Works, 3335 South Roberts Road in Fredonia. More than a music store. Call 679-4333. Call now, 679-4333. You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Like great food, great news needs experts. Become a community reporter when you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about. Drop us a line on Facebook today. Speaking of great food, Jeremy's Bellevue offers pasta, classic burgers, seafood, and of course, wings. Visit Jeremy's Bellevue on Facebook. Wishing you a safe and happy holiday season. WNY News Now, the Jolly Team, where coverage comes first.
And playing along the lines of Jamestown's community support program, which was launched by WNY News last week, Jamestown's top cop praised the overall response of the community during the time of need as the agency battles a criminal element that at times prohibits them from closing cases. Here's Snellings as we caught up with him after Monday's City Council meeting.
The incident on Hedges was kind of planned. The initial call, I believe, was a domestic violence incident. We responded. There was a subject inside which we knew we had a probation warrant for. We had an additional robbery warrant, which stemmed from an investigation over the weekend. And he refused to come outside, so we set up a perimeter and got a search warrant, made entry with our tactical team, and everything worked out. We took him into custody. Once you apply for a warrant, usually one of our investigators will come in. He's got to type up a warrant, which includes our probable cause to get that warrant. And then he's got to schedule with the judge. The judge reviews it, make sure everything's in there that we need to, and then it's issued. Our TIPS app, our TIPS line. We do get a lot of information from our community, and as I've said before, every little bit helps, and we take a look at everything. We try to filter it if it's applicable to what we're investigating or not, but we do get a lot of cooperation from our general public.
Now, Snellings is urging the community, anybody with tips, whether it be large or small, call 483-TIPS. With any investigation, you can also use the free Jamestown PD app to submit information to your local law enforcement agency. Well, the public defender's budget is undergoing an overhaul, whether it be good or bad. County Executive-elect George Barillo says the public defender's staff will now be full-time only.
This is important because one of the issues that we face is having conflicts when it comes to the public defender's staff, and when those are situations where the public defender cannot defend certain people because of a conflict of interest. And largely due to the fact that they can't address multiple defendants in the same in the same crime or in the same jury or the same trial, I should say. But also because they do also carry private practices, and sometimes that creates a conflict. So we're going to have full-time only public defender staff going forward, and as a result, that's created a need for more office space. Also, there's a confidentiality issue there. Right now, the office space is so tight that they're actually having to do consultations in the hallway at times, which creates certainly a confidentiality issue. So
there's a public meeting to discuss this tonight, 6:30 in Mayville. The public is obviously invited. Sheriff Joe Gerasi is warning county residents to watch for numerous scams this holiday season, and they become more prevalent as tax time nears. This one that I'm referring to is called the grandparent scam, particularly disturbing. It's one of the scams that people use a lot of energy to extract a lot of money from our seniors.
It's been around a while, but we're seeing it circulating in the county. And what happens is a call will be made to usually a senior citizen, and they'll pretend to be their grandchild. Many times they'll trick the victim into telling the name of the grandchild, and then they'll go on with a story about how they've either been arrested or they've been in a car accident and they need their help. And then many times another person will come on the line pretending to be an attorney or a police officer, saying that they need bail money or they need money for counsel.
I want to encourage the community, one thing, do not make your Facebook so public. Sheriff Gerasi says a lot of this stuff is happening in Facebook. A lot of the information available to the public is because people are watching Facebooks. They know who your grandkids are. They know who your children are. So watch that.
Now, your first defense forecast with Dakota Hunter.
Yeah, those phone scams are very scary. I mean, ooh, yeesh. Man. Anyway, let's go to the Sky Vision camera network. That is Lakewood, and you can see some of the cloud cover there in Lakewood right now, along with the traffic down there on Route 394 on Fairmount Avenue. It's 32 degrees with a dew point of 22 and a west wind of 4 miles per hour. On to the weather headlines, and we will break down what we are watching over the next week. So colder for today and tomorrow. Temperatures below average, as you saw during the 3-day forecast. Temperatures are going to be fairly below average for today and tomorrow, but warmer temperatures come back for Friday and Saturday. And Saturday we may have a chance of breaking 40, actually 50 on Saturday. So how about that? That'll obviously cause more melting of the snowpack, but hope is all is not lost. Measurable snow possible on Christmas Day, and I showed that graphic to you yesterday about how more snow could come our way on Christmas Day, and it becomes sharply colder next week. I mean, we're talking sharply colder. Oh yeah. it's going to be frigid. Right now, out at the airport, the current number, it is 29 degrees. We've got a wind chill of 17 when you combine it with that northwest wind of 16, and we have a 20-degree dew point and mostly cloudy skies there. You can see some peaks in the cloud cover there at the Skycam at JCC, but it's mostly overcast, is what the airport is reporting. Now, I showed this earlier, 60 to 70% chance of a white Christmas. This is the official white Christmas outlook that was released from the Climate Prediction Center. 60 to 70% chance. Now, I was talking throughout the week this number could change because of all the melting of the snowpack, but all is not lost. Look at this. This is Christmas Day. Colder air to our west, milder temperatures down to our south. All these blue arrows is the projected jet stream. This could easily wedge us in between the two air masses, and we could be talking snow on Christmas Day, a couple inches. Yes! So that will start to bring back some of the snow that we're losing because of the melting of the snowpack. So, ooh man, that is going to be nice, especially on Christmas Day. First Defense Doppler radar, nice and quiet, not a whole lot returning. Just a few little light rain showers up here on Lake Ontario, but other than that, the radar is nice and dry, nothing really to write home about there. Current temperatures at the airports, 29 in Jamestown, 33 in Dunkirk, 34 in Erie, 32 in Buffalo, 32 in Niagara Falls, and 28 in Olean down in the Allegheny River Valley, but of course it is a valley, so it will be just a tad bit colder down in that direction. Let's take you through the next 24 hours on Future Scan. You can see cloud cover retains our way today, and then a few snow showers pop up down here in the southern tier. Not out of the question, a few light snow showers from the lake could come our way, especially today, especially going into tonight as well. That starts to break apart, and then we get into mostly cloudy skies for tomorrow, and that should be the story for tomorrow. The clouds hang for tomorrow, so at least we won't have much precipitation for our Thursday. Zone weather, let's take a look at tomorrow's forecast county by county, and temperatures still below average. We're going lower 30s here, and you can see some of the warmer temperatures along Lake Erie, just by a degree or two, and mostly cloudy skies and still chilly though, but at least the wind will be down, so we won't have a wind chill index, so that's always good when you don't have a wind chill index with lower temperatures. Eastward we go, you can see pretty much upper 20 showing up here in some of the highest elevations, and lower 30s down here toward the state line, but still chilly though. But the good thing is no wind chill index. That is always a good thing. We won't have that wind chill. Next 7 days of your beautiful and wonderful life are coming up on the screen, and there you see it right there. 46 on Saturday, not ruling out a possible 50 in some areas on Saturday before the temperatures come down on Sunday. And take a look at the low on Wednesday, 7 degrees, and the high on Tuesday is only 14. Ooh, man, more frigid air comes our way for early next week. Ryan will magically just hop himself over to the sports desk, and we will have sports right after the break.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com. Like great food, great news needs experts. Become a community reporter when you see breaking news or have a news tip we should know about. Drop us a line on Facebook today. Speaking of great food, Jeremy's Bellevue offers pasta, classic burgers, seafood, and of course, wings. Visit Jeremy's Bellevue on Facebook.
Okay, folks, I just want to let you know from Santa that WNY News Now from Jamestown, New York is a great station. Please watch.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
The team that puts coverage first.
Defendant who was being arraigned on felony narcotics charge bolted from custody, ran through the trailer park here in the village. We're currently seeking his location.
Can you fathom somebody starting a fire?
I can't.
Honestly, knowing there were people in the building.
No, I cannot. The person had to have been sick.
Several shots rang out early Sunday morning.
They drove up by, shooting a couple rounds off.
Excited for Cameron, he was our only senior we had there, and he's put as much time or more than anyone I've ever coached. So
he says that Coach Wilcox had a tremendous impact on him, both on and off the mat.
The Jamestown Red Raider Marching Band is getting ready to set off to Chicago for the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
From the Phone Zone Sports Desk, I'm Ryan Hedrick, live at the Sports Desk. In boys basketball action, Zach Mansfield drained a three-pointer with 3 seconds left to lift Pineville to a 50-47 win over Salamanca in a non-league tilt. Mansfield racked up threes at an alarming rate, at least for his opponents, scoring 15 points, 5 of those three-pointers, 6 assists, 4 boards. Pine Valley is 2-1, while Salamanca fell to 1-2. Trent Mihelko tallied 17 points to lead Pineville. Did you know that Team USA is playing Belarus tonight at Northwest Arena? Yes, Team USA gearing up for the 18 Juniors Championship, which will be played in Buffalo at New Era Field. And it is going to be an amazing sight at the Northwest Arena to see Team USA skate to an exhibition game. They're going to go full speed tonight against Belarus. And last bit of sports info I have for you this afternoon. The Buffalo Bills are playing the Patriots. Let me throw an interesting stat out at you. In the Tom Brady era, the Patriots are 55-11 in games after Christmas Eve and during Christmas Eve. In that particular time period, 55-11 under Tom Brady and Bill Belichick's lead. They have beat opponents at an alarming rate. Buffalo Bills really need a victory, but they also have to concentrate on a game they have after the Patriots, which I believe is Jacksonville. We'll check that. But Buffalo Bills on the cusp of making the playoffs for the first time in 17 years. How old were you when the Buffalo Bills made the playoffs? Ask yourself that. No answers out loud. From the Phone Zone Sports Desk, I'm Ryan Hedrick. It all unfolds here.
Happy holidays from WNY News Now.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Everything's made fresh here. We love to be outside, and it's nice inside if it's raining, so we have a choice.
Locals and non-locals agree that the Main Landing is quickly becoming a destination.
It's just so casual, and just the food is amazing.
I love the hamburgers.
But I really like the tuna I had.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
All right, we managed to catch up with the man, the myth, the legend. Santa Claus himself was speeding. No, I take that back, Chief Snellings. He was not speeding down 3rd Street. He was cruising down 3rd Street in a PT Cruiser and visiting with the children. Take a look. We're talking to Santa Claus on 3rd Street. Santa Claus has magically appeared, taking an early break from the North Pole. How are you doing, Santa?
Doing fine.
How's Christmas treating you?
So far, so good.
Yeah? Santa, am I on the naughty list?
No, you're about halfway.
I'm about halfway. How about Storm Hartman?
Yeah, he's probably about the half.
Santa, what's the Christmas spirit like this year?
So far it's been good.
Yeah. What do you think about Christmas, Santa? Is it getting better for you as you get older?
No, not really. There's a lot of people that don't want to associate with Santa. Matter of fact, I was passing some guy down on Lakewood. He had 3 little kids. I stopped the car to give him a candy cane, and he just shoveled them along. He wouldn't even let the kids accept the candy canes.
Wow. Santa, what is the outlook? Do you hope there's snow in the forecast?
Yes, really. But the way he was talking the other day, he don't think there's going to be too much snow.
Yeah, he said maybe an inch or 2.
Yep, and that ain't enough. The reindeer, he's up in the North Pole. But as far as the PT Cruiser Rudolph, he's sitting down the street.
Awesome. Awesome. Santa Claus, thank you very much. If you want Santa to come visit your neighborhood, is there a phone number you could get in touch with Santa at?
Yes, 526-4162. 526-4162
to get in touch with Santa. Imagine that, a direct line to Santa Claus. Amazing. Merry Christmas to you, Santa.
Merry Christmas to you, Brian.
Awesome,
cute.
right?
I
That's
love
the
that.
best interview I've ever done, hands down. And I believe now that Santa has a cell phone. I think he's transitioning into the 21st era.
Do you remember, what movie was it? It just premiered a few years ago. It was a TV movie, and there was, I can't think of the name of it now. I have
How are you going to bring up a TV movie but not remember the name?
Yeah, well, it's been a while since I watched it. I watched it a few years ago, and there was this kid talking about Christmas.
Okay.
And there was a, I got to bring it in probably tomorrow, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's a direct phone. It's a
direct line to Santa.
Yeah, it's a direct hotline. It's the replica of the phone that they used, and it's had a rotary dial on the bottom, and it looked like one of those old-fashioned phones from the oldie days where you had the receiver you hold up to your ear and you take this piece and you talk into it. And I can't remember what the movie was, but I'll look it up.
Now, I have a
but that's what it
question.
reminds me of.
Our chief forecaster, is he going to be in charge of Santa's navigation trip, or are we going to get the forecast on Friday mixed in with Santa's journey across the region and across the world? Are you going to throw that in there?
That is not my department. Actually, I have officially taken that, and I've taken it to another weather guy who actually works here. He works here over the weekends. You don't see him. But he's the little gremlin who comes in here on the weekends and messes with things.
One of the laws of power, and the 48 laws of power, I've been reading this book over the last month, is to delegate responsibility, delegate actions, delegate other things to other people so that you don't have to do them. So you've done that admirably. I respect that. So we're not going to have a Santa radar from Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. I will say, what a nice visit from Santa. But I sensed a little sadness in Santa's voice when he's talking about the spirit of Christmas and the overall outlook. Is that the same thing you sensed?
Well, I think a lot of people, and I don't know if it's just the overall, we're starting to stop, I don't know if we're kind of like not believing in Santa too much, or maybe it's just we're not feeling too much about the Christmas holiday anymore. And, I think the Christmas holiday still is about spending it with your family.
I do too.
And I think that's kind of maybe where Santa is trying to talk to us about is it's mostly spending time with your family, the ones that you care about the most. And I think a lot of it's gotten so commercial now and all this stuff. And I think maybe that might be where maybe some of Santa's sadness comes from.
I think one of the things that, and I hit this in story 6, we're so quick to take. We're so quick, take. They're going to be expanding the public defender's budget, and that budget is going to balloon to an ungodly amount of money that we can't even afford it now. We're definitely not going to be able to afford it later. But I think Santa was talking about people at the core are just taking and taking and taking. Nobody wants to give.
Yeah.
Nobody knows how to sacrifice and kind of balance their life out. And when you take so much, there's so little to give. It's very sad. So we have a very optimistic, I think, forecast if you're looking for snow and Christmas.
Yeah. And let me just say this too. Santa came up to our newsroom earlier and said hi to everybody before he left to go back to the North Pole. And let me just say this. Needless to say, it's a good thing that we have a change of clothes in our studio and in our office. Wait a minute, what happened?
Okay. Well, Santa's number is right up on the TV. So if you want to visit Santa, or if you want Santa to visit you, it's 526-4162. But I was getting back to the forecast. The 7-day may include some snow. What's the prognosis for that?
Well, let's take a look at that Quick Solutions extended forecast one final time. So pretty much for today, few scattered snow showers that really won't accumulate too much. And of course, with all the warmer temperatures that have started melting the snowpack. 33 for Thursday with mostly cloudy skies. And take a look at that on Saturday, 46 degrees. Some spots may actually hit 50. And of course, that will melt more of the snowpack away if there's any left. The good news is we get wedged in between the two air masses Sunday night and Monday. That will bring us a chance for accumulating snow on Christmas Day. A couple inches out of that likely. And then the colder air comes back. Take a look at the low on Monday of 7 above 0. Ooh, man. And the temperature really doesn't go very far. Only 14 on Tuesday. In long-range model guidance, I've said it before, not a big fan of long-range model predictions. It suggests the colder temperatures remain throughout the end of December.
So you're telling me a 39-degree drop between Friday and Tuesday?
Yes.
Wow. That's significant.
It's December and it's winter.
Yeah, one of the most significant drops I've seen.
And let me say this too, because I'm not sure if we had it on the air or not, but Santa came up and visited the newsroom before he left for the North Pole, and he came into the studio and scared the heck out of me in my weather center while I was working. And let me just say this, it's a good thing we all have a change of clothes in the office. That's all I'm saying.
That is it for the outspoken Dakota Hunter. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Be sure to join us tomorrow. In the meantime, head to WNYNewsNow.com for the news 24/7, 365. We never quit on you, and we never rest. Mayville tonight, Team USA in town for Jamestown, and so much more going on. WNY News has it all. See you tomorrow.